Namaskar students, welcome back to my another lecture. So we are studying the voltage regulation. In my previous lecture I have given the basic concept of voltage regulation, and I have started the motivation behind voltage regulation. Why do we require voltage regulation in a power supply? So I have started with the block diagram of a power supply, which is consist of basically a rectifier, filter, and then regulator. So the main function of voltage regulation is to stabilize the output voltage. Yeah, is to stabilize the variations in the output voltage with respect to load resistance. So basically the regulation, voltage regulation, that is measured in terms of load regulation, and load regulation is basically degree of variation of output voltage with respect to load resistance. So I have given the basic definition that voltage percentage load regulation is equal to no load voltage minus full load voltage divided by full load voltage multiplied by 100. So that is giving the percentage voltage regulation, and this percentage voltage regulation basically tells that whether your power supply is good or bad. For a good power supply, for an ideal power supply, the ripple factor should be very low and the voltage regulation should be very low, as low as possible. Okay, so that is the few requirements in case of a power supply. So in my previous lecture I have given the concept of voltage regulation, and then I have discussed the voltage current characteristics of Zener diode, and I have introduced you that why Zener diode can be used in a voltage regulation circuit. So basically Zener diode in reverse bias are used in a voltage regulation circuit, and the condition is that the input voltage, a voltage applied to the Zener, that should be greater than the breakdown voltage of the Zener diode. If input voltage is greater than breakdown voltage of Zener, that is Vz, then this Zener diode will be replaced by a battery, equivalent battery, and the value of battery is will be equal to the breakdown voltage. So that is what I have concluded and I have introduced to you. And then one can use this Zener diode. If you connect this particular Zener diode in parallel with the load resistance, then whatever, if the Zener diode is in conducting stage, so whatever output you will get across the load, that output is basically independent of the load resistance, independent of load. Whether you change the current from 1 ampere to 10 ampere to 100 ampere to milliampere, micro, any current you change, but the voltage remain, because if you change the current, the load voltage will change. Like if you see the circuit, if you change the IL, obviously VL will be equal to IL into RL, so your load voltage will change. But if your diode is in conducting stage, let us say this is the applied voltage across the Zener is greater than the Vz, then the voltage will develop across the diode. That will be, this diode will be replaced by a power supply of 40 volt, and then 40 volt will maintain here, and because this Zener and this load resistance are in parallel, so this 40 volt, so the voltage across the load, that will be also 40 volt, irrespective of whatever current you are getting, is whether current is 10 ampere or 100 ampere, doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, but the voltage will remain, that is 40 volt. So that is the idea how a Zener diode can be used in a voltage regulation. So I have given assignment, these two assignments, and I have solved two numerical problems, two examples to you. One example, when Zener diode was in first example, when Zener diode was in non-conducting stage, then I have calculated the Zener current, load current, and output voltage. Okay, the second example I have taken when Zener diode was in conducting stage, in on stage, then I have calculated general current, output voltage, and whatever value required you can calculate. So these two examples I have given. So in today's lecture, I will again give two more example with different properties. Again, this is a Zener diode used in a reverse bias. So this will be obviously a voltage regulation circuit. But here, what different we will learn different is that your input voltage, let us say, that is fixed, but your the load resistance, that is not defined. Means in previous problems what I have done, their input voltage and load resistance both were fixed, both were constant, if you remember. So I have given, I have solved the problem when the input voltage and the load resistance were constant. Vi and RL was constant. That is what I have explained. So that is the voltage regulation. Now if you have a circuit where your input voltage is constant, okay, but your load resistance is not known, it means this symbol shows that your load resistance may be changing. The load resistance is variable. Then how one can determine the value of output voltage, Zener current, load current, voltage across the series resistance. So in order to solve such numerical problem, the basic idea remains same. The basic idea is that we have to first analyze, in previous problem if you remember, we have to analyze whether diode is in forward bias or whether diode is in, obviously in case of regulation the diode is in reverse bias, but in reverse bias whether diode is in conducting stage or non-conducting stage. That is what we have to analyze. So in this problem, your diode will behave like this circuit will behave like a voltage regulation, a voltage regulator circuit, if and only if your diode will be in conducting stage. It means when the input voltage across the diode that is greater than breakdown voltage, then your diode will be in conducting stage. If this condition is satisfying, then voltage across the Zener will be 10 volt, so voltage across the load resistance, that will be 10 volt. Okay. So in order to solve such kind of problem, means where load resistance is variable and input voltage is fixed, then what we have to analyze? We have to analyze that, we have to first assume that this diode is in conducting stage. Okay, whatever we don't know whether it is conducting stage or non-conducting stage, first we will assume that this diode is in conducting stage. If diode is in conducting stage, it means this diode will be replaced by a battery of 10 volt. So it is 10 volt, so this voltage across load, that will be 10 volt. That is what I have done here. So determine the minimum value of load resistance. So we can determine what will be the maximum value and what will be the minimum value of load resistance. If we are able to determine the maximum and minimum value of load resistance, then we can determine the current, what will be the maximum current, minimum current. Then we can find out whatever quantities we require. So to determine the minimum value of load resistance, okay, determine the minimum value of load resistance that will turn the diode on. So in previous problem we have seen, if you see the problem 1 and problem 2, problem 1 and problem 2, example 1 and example 2 both remain same problem, 16 volt, 1 kilo ohm, 1.2 kilo ohm. But here in example 1, diode was in non-conducting stage, it was in off state, and in problem 2 just I have changed the load resistance. Here it was 1.2 kilo ohm load resistance. Here in example 2 I had taken, that is 3 kilo ohm. Just by changing the load resistance, and here we have found that the diode is in conducting state, and so we have replaced this with a battery. So that is what different. That is what two different problem suggest us. Okay, it means load resistance plays a major role in determining, yeah, in putting your Zener diode in, whether your Zener is in forward bias or your Zener is in reverse bias. Okay, so in present problem, so it means we have to first, because this load resistance is not known, here it is variable, so it is not fixed, so we have to, by knowing the previous condition, we can determine the value of load resistance. So if we assume, means there should be some minimum value of load resistance, there will be some value of load resistance at which this Zener will be on state, this Zener will go in conducting stage, and below that resistance Zener will be in off state, from previous problem if you recall. Okay, so that what is the value of that particular minimum load resistance at which your Zener is going in on state. So we know if Zener is in on state, so it will behave like a 10 volt battery, so 10 volt will be here, 10 volt will be here. So let us assume that Zener is in on state. If Zener is in on state, the Vz will be equal to VL. Let us say voltage VL. So VL will be equal to Vz is equal to previously this voltage divided by this resistance plus this resistance, okay, multiply by this resistance. So RL into VI divided by RL plus R. So this is the value of VL or Vz. If the VL or Vz is known, okay, so by just if we solve this equation, and this equation is written, remember this VL is equal to Vz is equal to RL into VI divided by RL plus R. This equation is written when we want to calculate the minimum value of load resistance, then this condition is satisfying, at which this Zener is going into the conducting stage. So just you solve these equations by taking because VL is not known, Vz is known. So if you multiply this Vz into RL plus Vz into R is equal to RL into VI. So in this way we can calculate the RL. So if you calculate the RL, so RL will be equal to R into Vz divided by Vi minus Vz. So this is the minimum value of load resistance which will require to keep this Zener diode in conducting state. Okay, so any RL value, any load resistance value which is greater than RL minimum, okay, then that particular load resistance value will ensure that your Zener diode is in on state. Okay, if RL is greater than RL minimum, then obviously that is ensuring, that means you must be ensured that, yeah, that is ensuring you that your Zener is in on state. If the Zener is in on state, then we know that diode can be replaced by a voltage source with a Vz, voltage equal to Vz source equivalent. Okay, so this voltage is Vz, so obviously this voltage will be equal to Vz. So we can find out the RL minimum for this given problem. The RL minimum, if you find out R into Vz divided by Vi minus Vz, R is known, that is 1 kilo ohm, Vz is equal to 10 volt divided by Vi, that is 50 volt, and Vz is equal to 10 volt. So RL minimum if you calculate, so that is 250 ohm. Okay, what does it mean by 250 ohm? 250 ohm means that if you choose the load resistance less than 250, let us say 249, 248, 247, 241, 234, any less than 250, then your Zener will be in off state. Okay, but above or equal to 250, let us 250, 251, 252, then your diode Zener is in on state. Okay, that is the meaning of RL minimum. So if RL minimum, if this resistance is minimum, okay, then obviously if there is less resistance, maximum current will flow. Okay, So this will minimum resistance will give a maximum load current. So corresponding maximum load current can be find out. So we know the voltage is known here. Voltage is how much? That is VZ. VL is equal to VZ because this is in conducting stage. So IL maximum is equal to VL is equal to RL, or that is equal to VZ upon RL minimum. RL minimum is known, VZ is known. So 10 divided by 250, that is 40 milliampere. So it means that maximum load current can flow through this load resistance, that is 40 milliampere. Okay, 40 milliampere when this load resistance is minimum and zener is in conducting state. Now we are able to know the minimum value of load resistance and maximum value of load current. Then we can determine voltage across the series resistance. So how much voltage is developed across series resistance? So that is equal to VR is equal to VI minus VZ. So we know this voltage is fixed. Once diode is in conducting state, this voltage and this voltage is fixed. That is 10 volt, 50 volt. So this is 40 volt. So that is 40 volt. So voltage across series resistance, that is 40 volt. Okay. Now we can find out the current across the series resistance. So resistance is known and voltage 40 volt is there. So how much current will be there? IR. So that is 40 divided by 1 kilo ohm, that is 40 milliampere. That means 40 milliampere current is basically coming from the source, and this 40 milliampere current is dividing into two current, IZ and IL. In maximum IL will can flow, obviously, that is if source current is 40 milliampere, so maximum IL can flow, that is 40 milliampere. That is why IL maximum is 40 milliampere. Okay, when IL maximum is 40 milliampere, at that time this current across the zener, that is not flowing. Okay, now one can find out the zener current in this condition. So zener current, obviously, that is equal to IZ is equal to IR minus IL. Why? Because IR is equal to IZ plus IL. So this current is equal to this current plus this current. So this current will be equal to IR minus IL. So IZ is equal to IR minus IL. And remember, this equation results minimum Z current, minimum zener current when IL is maximum. Okay, when IL is maximum, if this is maximum, IZ is minimum. When this is minimum, IZ is maximum. So this condition is satisfying. It means so minimum load current, how much will flow? We have calculated the maximum load current, that is 40 milliampere. So minimum load current, how much flow, that can be find out. Obviously, if this IZ is when IZ is maximum, IL is minimum. So if IL will be minimum, then IZ will be maximum. So we can find out the IZ max, IL minimum. So IL minimum will be equal to, obviously, this IZ will be maximum. So IL minimum will be equal to IR minus IZ maximum. Okay, how I have written this equation? Because I discussed, if IL will be maximum, then IZ will be minimum, because this IR is fixed. This current is fixed. If this current is fixed, so obviously if this is maximum, so this will be minimum. If this will be minimum, so IZ will be maximum. Okay, so it means in order to find out IL minimum, we have to substitute IZ with the maximum current. So IL minimum is equal to IR minus IZ maximum. In IZ maximum we have calculated here, that is 40 milliampere, and IR is equal to IZ maximum is given in the problem. So IL maximum we have calculated 40 milliampere. IZ maximum is given in the problem, that is 32 milliampere. So IZ maximum is known. So IR is 40 milliampere. We have calculated IZ maximum is 32. So IL minimum is equal to 8 milliampere. So minimum current which can flow across the load resistance, that is 8 milliampere. So maximum current is 40 milliampere and minimum current is 8 milliampere. That can be flow across the load resistance. But remember, here you are changing the load current from 40 milliampere to 8 milliampere. But remember, the voltage remains same. How much voltage? Voltage is basically 10 volt. That is what is the concept of voltage regulation. At a constant, whether you change the load resistance, that output voltage is independent of the load resistance. Here output voltage remain constant, that is 10 volt, whether your load resistance is 40 milliampere or it is 8 milliampere. Okay, so that is the concept, that is the idea of voltage regulation. So I hope you understood what is the basic concept of voltage regulation. So the maximum load current, we can, if we are able to know the minimum current, minimum load current, so maximum load resistance can be find out. So actually maximum load resistance, this should be maximum load resistance. So maximum load resistance can be find out. If we find out the maximum load resistance, so that will be equal to RL maximum is equal to VZ divided by IL minimum. So that is VZ is equal to 10 volt and IL minimum is equal to 8 milliampere, so that is 1.25 kilo ohm. So this is the maximum resistance across the load that can be varied, and minimum resistance, that is 250 ohm. And this 250 ohm to 1.25 kilo ohm resistance, that keeps the Zener diode in forward bias, and within this range of the resistance your Zener in conducting stage, and this circuit is behaving like a voltage regulation circuit. Okay, and here your output voltage is independent of the load resistance. So this is the example number 3 I have taken, where RL was variable and input voltage was fixed. Now whatever we have calculated, if we try to plot, so this is load resistance and load voltage. So load voltage is basically output voltage, that is 0 to 10 volt, and minimum resistance we have find out, that is 250 ohm. So 250 ohm, and maximum resistance, that is 1.2 kilo ohm. So 250 to 1.2 kilo ohm. Within this region of your resistance, your diode in conducting stage, means your circuit is behaving like a voltage regulation, and this 250 ohm minimum this is minimum resistance, this is minimum load resistance. Minimum load resistance correspond to the maximum current, that is 40 milliampere, and this is 1.25 kilo ohm. Maximum resistance correspond to the minimum current, that is 8 milliampere. So this is corresponding load current and output voltage. So maximum wattage rating of diode can be also find out. So this can be find out the voltage multiplied by the current, and current will be maximum current, maximum Zener current, and maximum Zener current is given in the problem, that is 32 milliampere. This is IZM. So 32 milliampere multiplied by 10 volt, so that will give the maximum power loss across the Zener, maximum wattage rating. So that is 320 milliwatt. So this is the maximum power loss can happen across the Zener diode. So this is example number 3. Now let us try to solve another example, which is little bit different from the previous examples. So here in this problem we will take Vi as a variable, okay, and load resistance will be fixed. So again same problem, if you go back to the previous problem, problem number, I think this example, example number 1. So I have taken this example. Here load resistance is 1.2, this is 10 volt, 30 milliwatt, 1 kilo ohm, and here it was 16 volt. But now in the fourth example I will take this is variable, so this will be not considered. So this is unknown quantity, input voltage is unknown. Okay, so input voltage will be unknown. So here load resistance for this problem, load resistance 1.2 kilo ohm, input series resistance to 220 ohm, and the Zener voltage is 20 volt, and maximum Zener current that can be flow, that is 60 milliampere, and input voltage is unknown. Okay, that is what is the problem. It means this Vi is variable and load resistance is fixed. Here there is no variables in the load resistance. Now in order to solve such problem, again the basic condition is that this circuit will behave like a voltage regulator circuit if your Zener diode is in conducting state. It means that whatever input voltage you choose, this input voltage must be sufficiently large to keep Zener diode in conducting state or on state, okay, for a given fixed value of load resistance. If we do that, that means, again let us assume that Zener in conducting state. If Zener is in conducting state, then the voltage, this Zener diode will be replaced by a battery of 20 volt. So this 20 volt and this load resistance is parallel. So this is 20 volt, so VL will be also 20 volt. That means VL is equal to VZ is equal to, we can write, both are in conducting state. So we can write the formula VL is equal to VZ is equal to RL into VI input voltage divided by RL plus R. Same formula we are using. Okay. So now here VZ is known, so we can calculate the VI, because if you multiply the VZ into RL plus VZ into R is equal to RL into VI, so VI is equal to, we can write VZ into RL plus R divided by RL. So that is VI max, and this is the minimum, and this is VI. Remember, this is the minimum input voltage which will turn on the diode in conducting state. So that is why VI minimum is equal to RL plus R VZ divided by RL. So if you find out the minimum voltage that required from the input that will keep the Zener in conducting state, that is equal to RL, that is 1.2 kilo, that is 1200 ohm, plus R, that is 220 ohm, multiply by VZ, that is 20 volt, divided by RL, that is 1200 ohm. So this, if you solve this, this will give the 23.67 volt. Okay. So this is the minimum input voltage we require, and which will turn on the Zener in conducting state or on state. Okay. Now we can find out the load current, because if Zener is in on state, okay, if Zener in on state, so we know that this voltage will be equal to 20 volt, so load resistance is known. So load current VL, IL is equal to VL upon RL, and this VL is equal to VZ, the VZ upon RL, that is 20 volt divided by 1.2, that is 16.67 milliampere. So load current is 16.67 milliampere. And remember, maximum Zener current is given in the problem, so that is 60 milliampere. If maximum Zener current is given, so IZ maximum is equal to, obviously, so this current IR is equal to IZ plus IL. So if IZ M is maximum, IL will be minimum. So IZ M is equal to IR minus IL. Okay, and this maximum Zener current will correspond to the minimum load current. Okay, and minimum load current correspond to the maximum load current, maximum load resistance. So therefore maximum current which can flow across, and load current we have determined, that is 16.67 milliampere for that particular value of VZ. So IZ maximum we know, so we can find out the IR maximum, which is, and if you compare here, if IR maximum, IR will be maximum, IZ will be maximum. If IR will be minimum, IZ will be minimum. So IR maximum will be equal to IZM plus IL. IZM is 60 milliampere, IL is equal to 16.61 milliampere. So IR maximum is equal to 76.67 milliampere. Okay. So IR maximum current which is flowing across the series, that is calculated. This current is known, this current is known, this voltage is known, this voltage is known. So now what should be the value of maximum input voltage which will keep the diode in on state? Okay, so maximum IR, maximum series current will correspond to a maximum voltage across the load. So VI maximum, VI will be equal to, this input voltage is equal to, obviously, this voltage plus this voltage. VR maximum divided VR plus VZ, VL. So that is what we have did. The Vi maximum is equal to Vr maximum plus Vz, means this voltage plus this voltage is equal to this voltage. If this voltage is maximum, so this voltage will be also maximum. It means this maximum voltage correspond to the maximum input current, input voltage. So Vi maximum is equal to Vr maximum plus Vz. So Vi maximum is equal to Vr maximum can be written, that is IR maximum multiplied by resistance plus Vz. IR maximum we have calculated, that is 76.67 milliampere multiplied by R, so that is 220 ohm. So 220 ohm, this is in milliampere, so I have taken this is in kilo ohm. So 76.67 milliampere multiplied by 2.22 kilo ohm plus Vz, that is 20 volt. So if we solve, so this will give the 36.87 volt. What does it mean, these two numbers, this 36.87 volt and this 23.67 volt? This number shows that your input voltage, if your input voltage is equal to or above than 23.67 volt and less than or equal to 36.87 volt, then your, for this given particular circuit, your Zener diode or this particular circuit is behaving like a voltage regulation and your output voltage is constant. For this given input, for this range of given input voltage, the given problem circuit is behaving like a voltage regulation circuit. That is what is the meaning of these two numbers, this Vi minimum and this Vi maximum. Okay. So in this case we have analyzed the input voltage variables and load resistance fixed. In problem 3 we have analyzed the input voltage was fixed and load resistance was variable, and in example 1 and 2 we have analyzed when the input voltage and load resistance were fixed. So this is all about the voltage regulation circuit. With this, I request you all, please kindly go through the book, this reference book which I have mentioned, Electronics Device and Circuit Theory by R.L. Bolstad and Neselsky, and you can find out lot of numerical problems, so many assignments problem on voltage regulation circuit and example also. So I request you all, please go through the book and try to solve more and more numerical problem from the book. And if you face any problem during solving, please feel free to contact me. With this, I thank you all for listening me carefully.